Hello. Hey, we're here for a physics demonstration, and for this demo we'll be using this apparatus here. So let me give you a better look at it. We'll go ahead and take this off the stand. So what we have here, you notice that I have this metal bar here, okay, going across, and attached to the bar there's a little flange, right, that I can use to grab and push on the bar, okay? Now, wrapped around the bar here, there's a spring, so that if I push on the flange, it compresses that spring, right? So that if I let go of the flange, it'll shoot the bar to the right, okay? Now, I can go ahead and I can push this and I can kind of tilt this, turn this and lock that flange in place, so that now if I go ahead and I flip that up, bar shoots to the right, okay? Now, the other piece of this apparatus that I have are these ball bearings, okay? Now, this one happens to be drilled out, so there's a hole through it. Now, the purpose of that hole is so that when I slide this over, this can slip over the end of the bar. So now what would happen if I were to flip the flange up? Well, the spring would shoot the bar to the right, and the bar would slide out of the ball. The bar would slide out of the ball, and the ball would just drop. Now the second ball bearing, I go and I set here. So now if I flip the flange up, two things will happen at the same time. This ball will drop, this ball will get kicked out to the right, sideways, horizontally. So we can drop a ball and launch one horizontally simultaneously. And so the question that we're trying to answer with this apparatus is, if we were to drop a ball and launch one sideways simultaneously, which one would hit the ground first? Would it be the one that just drops vertically or the one that moves simultaneously and vertically, right? Now this question is like a, classic physics question that's been talked about in physics classes for decades and decades and decades. Usually when you hear this question formulated, they'll do it not with this apparatus, but like with a gun. And they'll say, hey, if I were to fire a bullet from a gun and drop one simultaneously, which one would hit the ground first? And so this is like an apparatus designed for testing that question. Now, we're not going to use, guns here, but if you were interested in seeing it done with full-scale guns and bullets, the Mythbusters did that once, actually, in an old Mythbusters episode. So that'd be something you could probably Google, I would imagine. Alrighty, here we go. So we've got our ball bearing set up. Now, it's important that this not be tilted, right? We don't want to launch the one ball up because then it's going to take longer for it to come down, right? Or shoot it downward, right? So it's important this is level. It looks level to me. I think we got that about as good as we're going to get it. Alrighty, here we go. Ready? Now, you may not be able to see them both in frame hit the ground, so you're going to listen, okay, for the impacts, okay? So we're listening for the ball bearings hitting the tabletop, right? Right, so here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. I don't know about you, but to me that sounded simultaneous.